Hi, how's everyone? I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. Welcome. We're doing the moon in Gemini today. Moon is conjunct Mars in Gemini. This is for sidereal, not tropical. And okay, so Mars is finally direct after a few months of being in retrograde. Now it's getting its legs back and it's waking up. Oh, so that energy might be a little bit unruly at the moment. And now it's in Gemini. Gemini, the sign of communication. But it's also in conjunction with the moon. And the moon is very peaceful, very internal. It's the sign of dream, or the planet of dreams and intuition. It could also be illusions. It's kind of what's hidden under the shadow. The moon rules what's under the ego. And right now, the ego is very much in the sign of communication in Gemini, with Mars being there. Mars is passionate and wants to fight and, wants to get things started and just be very um, active. And the moon is very passive. So there's a little bit of that tug back and forth in Gemini. Wherever Gemini is in your chart, that may be the area of life where this could play out. Otherwise, it's just kind of a general feeling in the collective, general energy. So, however that resonates with you. The way I do the moon readings is I go through the decks. I'm using the First Light Tarot and the Rider-Waite. I go through the decks and I find the moon card. I pull what's behind it for what's in the hidden influences and what's in front of the moon card for what is not being out in the open. And then we go to the bottoms of the decks and we can compare there. Now, I did the pre-shuffle with a different deck and I kind of didn't like what was falling, so I chose the Rider-Waite. And when I dealt the cards, they gave me the same cards. So, especially this deck, I call this, see this little Rider-Waite deck, this I have very small hands, so I chose this deck because I can palm it, right? And so it's like a poker deck size Rider-Waite, but I named her Oda-Mae after the Whoopi Goldberg's character in the movie Ghost, because she has no chill and she will hurt feelings and she will tell you exactly how it is and she won't pull any punches. So I say all that to get to this point. When I shuffled with the other deck and I didn't like the cards that were falling, I switched to Oda-Mae and she dealt me the same cards and I heard, bitch, I said what I said. So I can't I can't get over that sometimes. She's so mean to me sometimes, this deck. But I love her because she always tells the truth. So we'll go to the excuse me. We're going to get right to the reading. Please remember, not all messages will resonate with each of you the same way. So leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You are all at different points in the timeline. Like I say, I can read the script, but I can't tell you which character you all individually play or where you choose to stand on the stage, whether you are involved or just observing. I can only read the energies. So let's get to this moon reading. Okay. Um, in the other reading, we got some cards that I really didn't know how to interpret. I didn't like what they were saying, so I switched, and we'll go through what Oda-Mae gave us. First card we dropped from the First Light Tarot, in the behind energy, the hidden energy behind the moon, we have emotion, the eight, card number 8. And this is talking about getting self-control. Again, there was reading yesterday, I believe, talking about somebody who's trying to gain control over their emotions. There was a lot of control of yourself energy in that other reading. It could have been the love reading with the fairies. Ooh, but it's saying here, like attracts like, understand what you're feeling. Okay. There was that energy in the last reading of somebody who had a very deep, meaningful dream about somebody else. Somebody that out that maybe they're in a partnership and they had a dream about someone else. And when they came out of the dream, they're like, fuck, that's my person. And it's like, oh, sorry, my chair is loud. And it was like an epiphany for them, but it was not only, it was like a kaboom, like it shook them because they have something established already, but now it's in this Nine of Cups energy where it's like I have kind of everything that I wanted, but now I realize that all this shit is empty. So here we've got the emotion, and clarifying that from the Rider-Waite, we have the Four of Pentacles in the upright. Now this is selfishness and being guarded. Usually it comes out as somebody who's being very protective of their assets and resources. Yes, this is a Pentacles energy, so it may have to do with money. It may have to, look, I'm not saying that you or this person is hiding any money. That's not what I'm saying. But Pentacles also rules effort and time and investment and things like that. So since this is on top of emotion, I feel like somebody is being very guarded and protective about the emotional energy that they're putting into something. But it's in the hidden. It's in the hidden energies here. They're trying to gain control. Look at how tightly this person is hanging on to those pentacles. And this card is saying control of self. Control of self, and look at how tightly they're hanging on. So something really shook them into trying to be in control of themselves. And what was it? Let's see what it was. We have here the Hanged Man, and this is deep perspective. It's also described as the last look underneath before you break the surface. In the other, when I did the pre-shuffle with the Animal Wisdom deck, we've got the Knight of Cups there, which is a polar bear. And you know how polar bears, they can swim under the ice and then they break up through the ice in order to like surprise a penguin that they're going to eat or something. But the Hanged Man is talking about that last look before you break the surface. And since this is on the other side of the moon, this is no longer being concealed anymore. This is something that is now coming out into the open. So this last look, this person has this deep perspective, and now they're taking a last look before they break through and make this change. And what are they going towards? They're going towards a Nine of Cups. So they're here going towards their emotional prosperity, an achievement, and personal contentment. I heard somebody just deciding that that's where they wanted to go towards. But they're keeping that to themselves. They're keeping that to themselves because here in the position being behind the moon, this is still concealed. And in the concealment, they're holding on to something that they put a lot of thought and effort into. And it's on top of the emotions card. But out in the illuminated part of the moon here, what they're dealing with is that right before they're breaking through to go towards this Nine of Cups. Underneath the deck, we have Harmony, which is building and repairing bridges connecting to your higher self. So somebody is going back to a bridge in their heart space. There's a bridge that maybe they thought was burnt. So they're going back to look at it, and they're in this Nine of Cups energy. This is one of the cards that came out in the pre-shuffle with a different deck. This is that polar bear energy I was talking about. This Knight of Cups, he's back. Like I said, when I dealt it and then got the same cards, because look, here's the Hanged Man underneath. Um, like Oda-Mae, like I said, the deck said, I said what I said. Here's the Knight of Cups again. So we've got harmony, which is repairing bridges in the higher self with this Knight of Cups. And in the upright, this is somebody who is idealistic, romantic, diplomatic, and earnest in love. They are on a mission, and the mission is to repair this bridge in their higher self, because this is the bridge that's going to bring them to that Nine of Cups. Underneath that, we've got Judgment and the Hanged Man. Both of these are major arcana. So at this point in the energy and in their journey here, things are a little bit out of their control. Even though here with the emotion card, they're trying really, really hard to have self-control over their emotions. In this case, with the Judgment and the Hangman, it feels like now this part of their journey is being restructured by the divine. So they have to just kind of like, it's like on the roller coaster when you hang on right before the drop. Like this Hanged Man energy, it did describe a moment before a breakthrough. So I feel like this is the moment right before the drop in a roller coaster where you just kind of have to hang on and hope for the best, because we've got Judgment here. This is a final decision and an outlook from the divine, and we've got the Hangman here, which talking about like waiting it out. This is it says laying low and waiting things out. This is a moment of stasis. So um the advice here is to just let it happen, I heard. Underneath that, we've got Empress energy. That's Venus. Oh, excuse me, I must be thirsty. Venus energy rules Taurus and Libra. Ooh la la. This is growth and productivity. Something. Okay, that's what they're saying. They're saying, hang on there. Hang on there, little wildflower. Yeah, we're developing something for you, and it's a Four of Wands. Growth, abundance, productivity, development, Empress energy, and it's a Four of Wands. This is a new beginning for something. They're like, we can't promise you a mansion. We can't promise you that this is going to be a kingdom for the future, but boy, is it going to be a comfortable beginning. Okay, this is building roots. This is a foundation and bonds and family enjoyment. Look at that. So it's like somebody is trying to somebody is making decision to allow spirit to move them towards their goal. I heard something along the lines of, okay, so it's kind of like a Jesus take the wheel energy. I wasn't going to say it that way, but somebody is finally surrendering again with that hangman energy, surrendering to the divine, leading them to this foundation, this new relationship. See, the Four of Wands is it's not a home yet. It's just like the dream of what could be in the future, because the way they put these four, oh, it's also 1111. Okay, the way they put the four in the ground, it's imagining the four corners of a home that is to be built in the future. Right now, this is just the promise of that partnership. Okay, this is also I usually don't interpret this as the 1111 card, but it's sticking out for me today, so I do have to mention this. 1111 um, is the angel number for soulmate or twin flame connection. And it has been coming out a lot lately. I think the reading before this, we got the raven, and the raven was holding a trinket, and the trinket was a little watch, and the time was set to 11:11. Here we have the 11:11 card. Let's go one more. Children of Source, okay. Make room and be truthful. And under that, the Hermit. All right, that's Virgo energy, solitude and introspection about something. I don't want to go much further, though. We usually try to go 3 or 4. And we'll just stay here. Yeah. What else do you want me to say? For some in the collective, it's going to put you back kind of in a retrospective energy, because you're going to have you or they, whoever, I can't tell who, you as the viewer where you're gonna stand for this. But this is be truthful, make room, don't be diverted from your lessons. And then we've got Hermit energy. That's going within and being introspective about something. But it is in order to reconnect with the higher self, because that's the little light that's in the Hermit's lantern, is the light of the higher self. It's calling something back. Yeah. I feel like it's trying to lead somebody back home. Again, with the coming back home kind of feeling. The Virgo. Okay. Virgo energy. One of Virgo's representative, sorry, I'm stuttering. They're showing me a lot. One of the symbols that represents Virgo is the idea of the Vestal Virgins. And the Vestal Virgins were priestesses that tended the temple of the goddess Vesta, and she was the goddess of the hearth and home. So these virginal priestesses were literally where we get the term keeping the home fires burning, because that's what their job was. So this person, I feel like when they're in this energy of being truthful with themselves and making room for something, it's this energy of their heart calling home to somebody else. I heard the beacon is lit. If anybody out there is from the nerd fandom, it's from the Lord of the Rings. The beacons are lit, and sorry. Their heart light is lit, trying to call their soulmate home. This could be the other person. This could be the other person in that connection. I feel like I want to get love quotes here, but damn. Some in the collective are going introspective into themselves to connect with the higher self in order to gain perspective on where their heart space. I don't know how to explain this. Because I don't have the star here, but the star is represented in the Hermit's lantern. And I don't want to go any deeper. We're going to leave it there, because I'm starting to get everything confused again. So, recap. Let's lay it all straight again. Somebody's trying to be strong in their emotions, and that's in the hidden aspect of the moon right now. But on the other side of the moon, Someone's taking one final plunge before going towards their Nine of Cups. In order to do that, the divine is telling you, or them, whoever this is for, bef- in order to do that, the divine is advising that there needs to be a reconnection. There needs to be a bridge within the higher self that is repaired, okay? And that has to do with this Knight of Cups. Because in order for this knight to go on his journey, that bridge within their soul has to be repaired. While this knight is on his journey, the divine is coming in to recalibrate some things for him. There's the judgment card. Something is being called up from the past in order to have a final decision. But they're in hanged man energy about this. This is not going to go very quickly. They feel like they're in an energy of, I'm going to wait this out and let the divine make this change for me. Part of me thinks that's very smart to do it that way. Part of me thinks that some in the collective are using it as an excuse. You know, like, I'm not making this judgment call. The divine can do this. Jesus, take the wheel. But in other parts of the collective, this is the right way to go, because both of these cards are major arcana. So this has to do with energy that's outside of our control anyway. So underneath that, we've got the Empress, another major arcana, but this is growth and development of producing something that has to do with a Four of Wands, a new established bonded relationship. And that's what's on the other side of this. I love that. Okay. Again, with the Children of Source, be truthful with yourself, because underneath we've got the Hermit. You're going to have to go inward and make that inner perspective. And that's a little bit of solitude. That was coming out the other day, in regards to this in-between state, the portal energy, the going from one state to another. You're going to have that in-between time where maybe a little bit of alone time. And that's perfectly fine, because you're going to be going over things in your head. You're going to be working things out with your money. You're going to be reestablishing yourself, or themself, himself, yourself, their self, whatever. So there is an energy here of that in-between state is going to be a little bit lonely, but I mean, you're going to be alone, but you're not going to be lonely, because even in that alone, that moment in between, we've got Hanged Man here, which is Pisces, and then we've got the Hermit here, which is Virgo. They're direct opposites, but they're working together. Okay. Hangman, Virgo, the Hermit. So in between that breakthrough and the introspection, there's growth there, and there's planning and production, and development of a plan for this new Four of Wands. Ooh, I hope that made sense. Ooh. They show me a lot of images, and then I have to figure out words to describe things, but a lot of times it looks like um, movie on top of movie, so I kind of have to figure out, what image there is goes with what other, you know what I mean. It's all kind of convoluted up there. So I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages were reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, please take a moment and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share my video. It all helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I am available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any smaller donation, I would love to do a 3-card thank you spread for you personally as a thank you. Email, Venmo, and Cash App are in the description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. So the angel or ancestor oracle messages we have is, now we have the mountain. It says stand your ground. But a lot of time with mountain energy, I also get the idea that somebody is being their own obstacle. So somebody is stubborn or stuck. So don't be your own boulder. But let's do mountain first. The mountains. Stand your ground. Okay? Is that too bright? Let me darken it up a little bit. I always think I'm going to go too dark. And then when I watch the videos back, I'm like, I could go darker. So let's try there. Even though that looks a little too dark, let's see how that comes out. So this says, stand your ground. It says, hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on because it's absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and it reaches high to the Great Father. Pause. That's what I get when I get the Hermit card and the Hanged Man together, because the Hermit energy, being Virgo energy, is very earth grounded, very grounded in reality. Hanged Man energy being Pisces, that's very high minded in the subconscious, all those high emotions. But when they're together, I often get an energy of going deep in order to reach high. Okay, going deep, being grounded inside in order for your mind and heart to reach high. And that to me is very mountain. It's also tree energy, but very mountain energy. It says, if you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You're resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you an unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay still. Talk things over with those around you and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. That's good because we've got the Empress here, which is growth and expansion. The next card we have is Earth Guardian. Again, stay rooted and grounded. Okay. It says take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. I feel this may have to do a lot with an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Here we have, it says, it's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you're rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you'll miss out on the growth that you deserve. So take some time to calm down, get grounded before proceeding further. See, that's what this is over here, gaining control of your emotions. And this Four of Pentacles, keeping the things guarded. Maybe a little selfish, but mostly I get guarded and protective. So that's what and being Pentacles, that is money also. So that's earth energy too. It says take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than into a weed that you have to deal with later. This is great because somebody is either in the energy of or coming to the realization that they need to get a little grounded and set seeds in motion for the future. That's what this Empress energy is, that growth and productivity towards a Four of Wands. And that's all within the energy of that Judgment and Hanged Man, that in-between state, where they make the decision and then the divine puts things in motion for them while they're in this rest period, this in-between, the laying low, waiting it out. So we're going to get a few last minute, not last minute, but some last insight and advice for the collective, please. I did not expect this to be like so love-centered, but it is. Oh, a new beginning. Okay. Anything else for the collective, please? What is this? Okay, 555. Time for you to embrace change and follow a new path. And now here we've got 111, that new beginning. There's the new path. Self-expression, that's you, Gemini. Get your bearings in this new cycle. Okay. I have a few more, please, for the collective for this moon phase in Gemini. Moon energy in Gemini. The Hermit made the Hermit flipped, but I'm not going to take because it didn't fall out. But that, again, is going, getting some inner perspective. Oh, Grasshopper. That's nice. Situations in the balance require careful handling. Okay. Anything else for the collective, please? Okay. Oh, it says, remember you are fire. That's that Mars energy. Burn, adapt, love, create, tame, and ignite. But we've got a Six of Cups in the reverse here. Somebody may be stuck in the past a little bit. What is that regards to? What are they stuck in the past about? Is it their interaction, or, I mean, we've got the Broom, clean environment, new attitude, and the Sun. Where's the Sun right now? I think it's still in Aquarius. The Self. Okay, get in touch with yourself. Not like, I know what that sounded like. Your inner self. I know what that sounded like too. Your identity, okay? Get in touch with it. This is also illumination, generosity, warmth and growth, expression, playfulness. The Sun rules Leo. It's creativity, pride, and your ego. Her, get it together. Oh, I think that was the Hermit again. It flew out on the floor. I'll grab that in a second. We have 1010. Interesting. Lots of numbers this time. Personal development. It's awakening and enlightenment. Keep your thoughts. Focus on your soul, mission, and your life's purpose. Let me grab the other one that fell. It is the Hermit. So we've got the Hermit twice and the Hanged Man twice. Virgo energy and Pisces energy. Oh, it got dirty. Dang it. This says, look inward to the divine within. The Hermit. Okay. That's what I got for you guys. They want me to do a couple more? We can do a couple more. Let's see. All right, what's this? Oh, temptation, the apple. Ooh, I heard eat it. Grab it, eat it. Yeah, because somebody has really held themselves back all their life. Now there's something here where you can actually go towards it, something that you want, and you're tempted, and they want you to take it. They want you to take it. Oops. Because they're the ones bringing it in for you. You had Judgment and the Hangman. We had Temperance in the pre-shuffle. Yeah, they want you to take it because they're moving heaven and earth to bring you in alignment with this. Oh, I'm sorry if this is loud. That's why I shuffle off camera usually. I need a couple more for the collective. Oh, couple more. Mhm. Yeah, this ship cup, sorry about my chair. It says dissatisfaction and disappointment in the domestic home. See the broom. Okay, and then the broom here, it says clean environment, new attitude. Yeah. So there was something here. It was, you know, that could have been also part of that dream where you just kind of realized in the dream that what you had, that Four of Wands that you had established with someone else, is not fulfilling anymore. I keep referencing that dream because it's still, the energy is still playing out in these readings afterwards. So it's kind of like a continuation. New added, yeah, dissatisfaction, clean things out. I hope that resonated. What do we have coming up? Let's see. We have, this is the moon in Gemini. Then we have a collective read, and then I'll do Virgo placements. And we got love with the fairies again. So I'm doing all the little ones in the next few days because on the 314 Pi Day, there's a lot going on. So not only is it Pi Day, which I love, to me it's a minor portal day because we've got 3 3 and 4 4, but in between we've got pi, and pi is a sacred number in mathematics. Okay, so I'll observe the pi portal, but on Pi Day, on 314, we also have a full lunar eclipse, a full moon lunar eclipse in the last degree of Leo, moving into Virgo. It's interesting because it's going into the eclipse at 29 degrees. And when it comes out of the eclipse, it'll be 1 degree Leo. So it's actually moving signs as it is being eclipsed. Eclipted, yeah, that's a word. And then not only that, but it's conjunct the North Node in Virgo, and the Sun is conjunct the South Node in Pisces. Ugh, so that's a lot. And we'll explore that the closer we get. But I'm gonna get the little ones out of the way first. So we have a collective of Virgo placements are up next in the rotation, and then a love with the fairies. I might sneak in Leo Moon in between there if I have the time. So that's what I've got coming up, you guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, email, Venmo, and Cash App are in the description. I hope this resonated, and until I see you again in the next couple days. Okay, thanks. Bye.